I look back on all relationships, friendships that are not in my life right now. And instead of talking bad about them or holding negative energy, I say thank you. I'm like, thank you to that relationship that hurt me so much because it made me the woman I am today. Thank you to that friendship that walked away that I cried so hard over in that time because God knew I needed to be this woman today. And I wouldn't be here today if I didn't make those choices.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Hey Babe, Can We Talk? With me, your host and bestie, Drea Renee. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is the place for the hot mess expresses, the black sheeps of love, and for those who just can't seem to get it right when it comes to matters of the heart. I am you, you are me, we are one, and if no one else gets you, I do. And if you're returning, I missed you, and we're going to have a great episode. On today's episode, we have entrepreneur, podcast host, and CEO of the women's community, She Is Worthy, Chantelle Lisette Phillips is here with us today. We're going to be talking about why saying no is a form of self-love and how to be iconic and accept all versions of yourself, because I know I have a lot to give. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into that, make sure you hit that like, follow, and subscribe, and comment down below, because I'd love to hear from you. So without further ado, let's get into it with my girl, Chantelle. Yes!
Woo!
We did it!
What an intro. Oh my gosh.
you.
I feel like I walked the red carpet, but I'm still sitting.
You've had so many titles, girl, which I want to get right into all the things, because you are a woman of many hats.
Yes,
So
I
let's
do
jump
wear
into
many
it.
hats. Yeah.
You do.
I like to call myself multi-passionate, and I chase all my passions and I don't stop them.
I love that.
I don't think you have to niche
multi-passionate.
yourself. I think you are the niche.
Yes. Tell me more about this. Where did you get all these hats from? Tell us about yourself, Chantelle.
You know, I feel like growing up, my dad, he was a big supporter of me and he always encouraged me to never put limits on myself. And so every time I had a passion or a dream, I just put another hat on, put another hat on, put another hat on. And it kind of led me to this hat of the woman I am today, the woman I'm becoming. I was broken once, it felt like, and I'm becoming. So my mission is to help women. That's why I started the She Is Worthy community. It's to help
Love that.
women who feel broken, that they're not broken and they're just becoming. And so that led me to start the She Is Worthy community, which is a global women's networking community, both virtual and in person. And then that led me to start the She Is Worthy podcast because I wanted to use my voice to inspire and empower women all over the world, not just in my own circle. I wanted my circle to be the entire world.
Yeah, and I love that when we spoke and had our call, you talked about being worthy, and it really hit me. And one of your posts as well about saying no as a form of self-love, because I feel like when I was saying yes to everything and not really owning what I really wanted, I didn't feel worthy on the inside, and that was being reflected at me in my choices and even like my friends and the people that were around me.
Yeah, saying no, I used to be very afraid to say no. I was a yes girl. I was a yes girl to everything. I felt like saying yes would get me included in girl groups. It would get me included, invited places. It would, I just felt like I had to say yes. It was almost like if I said no, I was selfish. And I realized saying no isn't selfish. It's actually selfless. It's loving yourself. It's loving yourself enough to say no, to value your time, your energy, and protect your peace at the end of the day.
And what did that journey look like for you? Because I still struggle with it, right? And when people say no to me, Chantelle, I'm always like, how did you do that? And sometimes it's just no, right? Like, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, and they're like, that's the end of the sentence, Drea. And I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I don't really get it.
No, I get that. I feel like it comes from knowing your worth at the end of the day. Like, worth is the core of every decision you'll ever make in life, whether it's friendships, relationships, business, fun times, good times. And so I feel like for me, it's still hard to this day. I still get that like feeling inside where it's like, I just said no. But then it's like, I remind myself, I'm saying no because I have to fill my cup up first. I can't pour from an empty cup. It's like the analogy of like when you're in a plane and the attendants are like talking about, oh, put your oxygen mask on, da da da. And what they always say is you need to put your oxygen mask on first before you help anyone around you. And the reason they say that is because if you want to actually make a difference, if you want to help someone else, you're going to have to put your oxygen mask on first fully. And so sometimes you're going to have to say no to fill your cup up first. So if you want to make a difference, you want to change the world, fill your cup up first.
Right. And that's such a hard thing for me to really digest because I overexert myself. And especially in relationships, which was part of the reason this podcast started, because I would just show up and be malleable to whatever they wanted, whatever they said. And now this journey has been going on for a while, and I have learned the ability to say, I don't want to do that. And risk then the relationship changing or doing whatever it needs to do. But my no would be debilitating to me because I thought, I don't want to lose this person and I need to make this work. And
Yeah.
whatever I wanted just didn't matter. And so, saying no really is a form of self-respect and
Mhm.
self-love, because that journey is, if you're listening right now and you're on that journey, I feel for you. And I'm still on that journey
For
too.
sure. And give yourself grace too,
Yeah.
because I feel like so many times we shame ourselves for the decisions we make. And that
Yes.
decision is part of your journey.
Yes.
Like I look back on all relationships, friendships that are not in my life right now.
Mm.
And instead of talking bad about them or holding negative energy, I say thank you. I'm like, thank you to that relationship that hurt me so much because it made me the woman I am today. Thank you to that
Yeah.
friendship that walked away that I cried so hard over in that time because God knew I needed to be this woman today. And I wouldn't be here today if I didn't make those choices.
Yeah. And speaking of friendships and saying no, I feel there have been friendships in my life where I kept knocking on closed doors. And it's almost like the energy and their actions were saying no for me, but I still kept showing up like, are you sure? Like, you sure you don't want to be friends with
Mm-hmm.
me? And everything was
That's
like,
so normal, though. That's so
yeah,
normal. We have to, it's a cycle. Like I feel like relationships, friendship, it's a cycle. You have to like double confirm, like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Like
double
that
confirmation.
is the realness. That's realness. We're not here to be perfect. And so you have to, confirm with yourself and validate yourself. And as you're doing that, it's a form of finding your worth. It's a form of
Right.
finding your validation, knowing what you're available for, knowing what you're not available for. Like the phrase I always use to this day is like, I'm not available for that. There's drama. I'm not available for that. There's
Ooh.
someone who wants to take my time away or start something. I'm not available for that. Like I'm just not available for that mentally or physically. So I'm going to excuse
Are you
myself.
saying I'm not available for that?
Yeah. I literally say, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I'm not available for that right now.
I'm gonna start doing that.
And then
I am not available for that. Let me try that on a little bit.
yeah, doesn't it feel good? You're like, I'm not available for that. Like, ooh, I just
Yeah.
respected myself. I just took my time back and you feel better, So sometimes like no back then, felt like screeching. Like I was like, ugh.
Yes.
No
Yes.
now feels empowering. It's like I respect myself and now I'm teaching others how to respect me. Like how I
Yeah.
treat myself teaches others how to respect me.
Exactly. My mom says that you tell people how to treat you. Like
Yes.
you teach them how to
Yes.
treat you with what you allow. And I think for me on the journey I'm at right now is like I still get that little tickle in my throat when I say no. And I'm working on the guilt and shame of saying no
Mm-hmm.
versus just owning it. So I can do it. And my
Yeah.
delivery has taken a little work too because I over index. I'm like, no. And they're like,
Mm-hmm,
okay,
mm-hmm,
well, it's fine. You don't
mm-hmm,
gotta go to the
mm-hmm.
barbecue. No problem. You
Yeah.
know?
And that's something that's so real too that women need to know is like if you make a decision, if you say no and you start to have guilt or shame, like just know that's a real thing. We all experience it.
Mm.
It's not like you're too much or you're too this. And you know what? What I always say, you're gonna love this, but I literally say this. I say if I'm too much, go find less. Plenty
Right.
of less out there.
There's a lot of less out there because I know I'm a lot at
Mm-hmm.
times,
Mm-hmm.
but it really is true. You really aren't for that right person and
Yeah.
those friends that truly understand,
Yeah.
right? And especially with dating and that feeling of you are too much, you're asking too many questions, you're wanting too much, and accepting eventually that this isn't my person.
Yeah. And how a man treats you is not a reflection of your self-worth.
God, that was a tough one, Chantel.
It's a
That's a
reflection
tough
of
one.
their lack of self-worth. That's what it is.
Say it
And
one more
so
time, Chantel.
how a man treats you is
Mhm.
not a reflection of your self-worth. It's a reflection of their lack of self-worth for themselves.
I feel like we're going to anger some men here, and that's okay. And that's okay.
And the angry ones, you're triggered for a reason.
Ooh.
If you are triggered right now, it's a mirror. A trigger is a mirror, and you got to look within. So if you're triggered, if you're a man
Yeah.
and you're listening, look within. Go be a better man for women like us. Like, go do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You heard it here first. Yes, Chantel. I love that. Right now, I am paying attention to when I'm triggered
Mm-hmm.
and not reacting.
Yeah.
I think when I was younger, it's like trigger, react,
Mm-hmm.
and then think about it. But now I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, ooh, what is coming up in me right
Mm-hmm.
now?
It's like
In
asking
whatever
yourself
situation.
those questions to get to the core. Like, why am I feeling this way? Is it a reflection of what they just said? Or is it something I'm lacking that I'm projecting onto them?
Or a
Mm.
belief that I have about myself and someone just called me out.
Yep. And lack
Yeah.
of belief.
Yeah.
Your lack of belief in whatever they just said.
Yeah. And so I want to talk a little bit about your journey. We were talking about this earlier with feeling worthy and then
Mhm.
getting into your relationship.
Mhm.
So, what was it like before you felt you were in your Chantelness and that you
Yeah.
really felt worthy? What was that journey like for you dating?
Well, yeah, I was just about to say during my dating life, there were men that would do these things, and whatever they would do, I would position it as a reflection of me, kind of like what I just said, like their actions or their lack of actions, they're ghosting, they're not showing up, they're not opening the door, they're not this, would tell me I'm not important, I'm not valuable, I'm not worth it. Maybe I am too much. Maybe I am too much of this or too much of that, or I'm not enough of this. And that's why they're seeking, and that's why they're cheating or lying, or, because I've been through a lot. Like
Have you gone through that?
I had a 7-year relationship that's 7 years of cheating.
7 years of cheating, Chantelle?
Yeah. And I didn't find out till year 7. Yeah. That my whole relationship was a lie. And so
Oh
that
my
was a lot to
God.
deal with at the time because it's my first long relationship.
Damn. I get
Mhm.
fascinated when people can have double lives like that. Like, that is so scary to me when
Yeah.
you really have no idea. I'd rather the person just be a demon and be like, that's my demon. I know he's a demon. It is what it is.
Right? I'd rather that just say it on their forehead.
Me
Like,
too.
oh, thank you. Got it.
Thank you. You're a demon.
Nope.
Great. Now I can make a choice from the truth.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, I look back with like love on that person, and I say, you know what? 7 years of my hardship, looking back, was 7 years of that person trying to find themselves. And I wish them well. I hope that they do find themselves, and I hope they already have. But that's like the growth that I've done. You could already see that by me saying like, I love that soul, and I hope that soul moves on to do better.
Oh my God. You just made me realize I am not there with my ex. I'm listening to you and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And I can see in your body that it's real because I'm over here contorting like, what's she talking about? Send him love. I'm not sending you love yet. Okay, sir? I'm not there. I'm mad for Chantelle.
I feel like that's honestly a gift. I feel like it's a gift that God has given me, is the gift of love. And I feel like it could be like for good or evil, like you love the wrong person too much.
Yeah.
I have a lot of love to give, and I love the wrong person too much. Thankfully now I have all my heart to give to one person, and it's such a blessing because during that 7-year relationship, that man was there. He was present. Yeah. And so it's crazy to see how God, his rejection was not only his protection, but his redirection. And it led me to, the relationship I'm in now,
Yeah.
to where it's actually genuinely happy for the first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can see it. You are glowing. What's your man's name?
Patrick.
Patrick. Good job, buddy. She's over here glowing. Like, really?
Yes.
So after the 7 years, what work did you do for yourself to then be able to show up for Patrick in this beautifulness now?
That's the key word, is I did the work. Most women, it feels like, and I was one of them too. I came out of this 7-year relationship. I did, I listened to some podcasts, I read some books, and then I thought, I'm great. I'm good to
ready to
go.
date.
I'm ready to date again. Jumped into a narcissistic, abusive relationship. Yep. And I was like, wait, I thought I healed. I thought I did all this. I thought
Like,
I
I
was.
listened to the podcast.
I literally heard the words in my ears. Like, those were my ears. Like, I'm confused.
Right.
How did I get myself in this again? And I had to realize, okay, don't shame yourself. Don't guilt yourself. Like, learn. Like, I'm always trying to learn, like, what is going on here? I didn't heal. I didn't really take the time to sit down, heal, look within, journal, reframe my mindset. That's the biggest thing that I did. I transformed my entire mindset, how I looked at situations, the stories I told myself. I got a mentor. That's one thing that I advise every woman to do. If you're getting out of a relationship, get a mentor. Go to therapy, get a mentor, get a coach, get somebody that is on the outside that doesn't know your relationship, that can speak life into you, that could really talk through the things that you're not able to do on your own. And I'm a smart girl, and I thought, oh, I could do it on my own. I got this. Like, my brain is great. No, you need someone on the outside to kind of
agree.
put the lies on paper and then rewire them to the truth, because we tell ourselves lies all the time.
Okay, Chantelle, put the lights rewired to the. I
Yeah.
like this. Okay, because
Yeah.
you're right. It is important to have someone on the outside because we have our friends, we have our families, but
Yeah.
they all have all the details. And I think it is nice to have somebody who's unbiased coming in clean, like, hey, we're going to focus on you. These are the things that are actionable, and then you can really transform your life that way.
Yeah, and one thing that really helped me was journaling. I didn't think that
Yeah.
was gonna help me, but my mentor was like, you know what? I want you to just write on a piece of paper. Just keep writing, keep writing. And I'm like, why? She's like, you're gonna find out some things. I'm like,
It's true.
okay. Yeah, I started finding out some things. And then she told me, and I hope every woman who's going through this does this. I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. I want you to do this. Write a journal prompt. This is what I did, and it's crazy how I'm living it today. Write a journal prompt of who is he? That's the title. And write out your dream man. There's no limits. There's nothing. Like, write out everything you want, details. This is what my mentor told me to
Yeah.
do a year ago, literally 1 year ago. She said, write all the qualities. Who is he? What does he do? What does he think? How does he talk to you? So I was like, he opens car doors. He is kind to everyone. He fangirls me. He's, a masculine man. He puts me in my feminine. All these things, every single thing, so detailed, so to the T where I'm like, well, I'm glad I wrote this because it's not going to come true. It'll probably be in a fantasy book. This is great. Now today, I'm with the man that opens car doors, fangirls me, supports each other. Like, it came true, and I told my brain what I needed, and my body followed. That's the prompt.
Yeah, I've definitely done my list. Again, shout out to Patrick. I love this. I love this for you guys. I love love. Like, when things are working, I'm fascinated when two people, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially
it's very
nowadays.
rare.
It is rare.
Yeah.
Because people get to the point where there's a rupture and then everyone's like, I'm out. Like, I'm not going to do this.
Well, you know what most women do? Most women try to find the man that completes them. And that's what media tells us. They're like, he completes me and he's my 50%. And it's like, no. He needs to be 100%. You need to be 100%. Then you guys can walk together.
Exactly.
That's healthy.
That's how I knew I had grown, because I used to phrase it as, and I'm really careful with the language around, he's going to make me happy. And I'm like, no. And I was in conflict with that at first, because I thought, we're in this age of like hyper, like being separate and being individuals, right? Which is great. And then I'm like, well, I don't want to forget the foundation of being together. But at the end of the day, the relationship you have with yourself is the only one you're guaranteed to always have.
It's the most important.
It's the most important one. And like we talked about with the airplane, if I'm not working on Drea, and sometimes in a selfish way if I need to, I'm not available to be showing up in a great way for my relationship.
I love that you use that.
Yeah.
You're not available for it.
I'm not available.
I got
available for it, honey. Okay.
Yeah, you're not available for that anymore. Not
for
this,
that.
Drea.
Yeah, I got to go to my yoga. I got to eat my oatmeal, do my green juice. I got to do my thing.
Yeah. One thing I did too was I dated myself. I took myself to the nice restaurants. I dressed in the nice stuff. I still do that to this day. I'll dress up. I'll dress up in how I want. If Patrick's busy, I'm like, I'm going to go to this restaurant. I want to dress up. I'm wearing heels. Like, you just do what you want to do. And you either have a man that supports you or walks away. And if he walks away, good for you, because you just found out earlier than later that he's not for you.
That's what my therapist says. Thank you for the information.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Because let me save a year, 2 years or whatever,
And that's the mindset reframing of starting to say thank you.
Thank you.
Versus being in a circle of gossip, because that's only bringing you down. That's only going to bring negative energy towards you. And if you want to be in a positive circle, you need to start speaking positively.
Yeah, I'm not positive about your 7-year ex yet. I'll maybe by the end of the episode. I'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there,
But I really do love the wholeness in which you did speak about it, because I can tell you really have healed from that.
Yeah.
And, it definitely is a mirror of like, I got some work to do. But my ex called me recently talking about he is getting married and had a baby. So it's a little fresh.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, I didn't need to know this, but thank you for the information.
Yeah, see, I cut off access to any of the people in my past because I don't want them to have access to this version, because this version is too good to even put like a little toe in the past.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I've lived in the like, it's okay. We can check in.
Yeah.
We can say hello. But yeah, and my
but
mom
see, I
is
get
the
that
same.
too. I get that too. There are women.
fine.
Yeah, I get that too. I think that's where like it's to each their own, and maybe that's your version of saying no. Like maybe that could be your, I'm going to say no to this. I'm going to say no to that.
Right. My mom is a Sag, and she's like you. Her cutoff, she's like, I'm not talking to them.
And I was not good at cutting off. I was not good at the cutoff process. No, I was not. I was like, well, let's just open access and let me start creating content that maybe pokes at them. Like, this will be really fun. I'm going to create content that gets them to look at me, gets them to like, and then I'll feel that validation.
Yeah.
And what that really told me was, I don't have the level of self-worth I thought I did, because I'm seeking validation everywhere else but within me.
Can we talk about that story view from that man that you really, just want him to see your stuff, and the way you feel? It's like,
yeah,
like
it's
that
validating.
adrenaline.
It's
yeah,
validating.
it is. I'm like, he saw.
You're like, I still got it.
He's obviously thinking about me. I don't want you back. Relax.
Yeah.
It's like a story view.
Yeah, it's literally a game.
It
and
is.
so the moment you realize, like, I don't really want to play games. I'm over that. Like, don't hate the player, hate the game. I hate both, so I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and you're just on this is you are embodying being unbothered. Like you're
Yeah, I'm
completely
so
unbothered.
unbothered.
Yeah. That's what I feel
Because
from
I
you.
don't want to give them any energy. Like my life is so peaceful right now that why am I going to let thorns on this beautiful rose?
Okay, choosing the peace, but really choosing the
Yeah,
peace. Yeah,
yeah,
I love
yeah.
that. So talk to me about the She is Worthy community and how that came about and what women can expect to find there.
Yeah, She is Worthy came from a place of my own healing. It was a community that I wish at the time of all my hardships in life that I had a community of women that I could turn to for support, encouragement, empowerment. And so that's what I created. I was like, you know what? It's not out there. I'm going to go create it. And I'm going to create it
Yeah,
not only locally because, it's great to have, an in-person girl group. That's great. Physical connection is
totally.
awesome. But there's so many women all over the world that still crave connection that maybe they don't find it in their local community and they need it still. So the She is Worthy community is a global networking community and networking not only for business, but for also personal. It's for emotional,
Oh,
spiritual,
I
personal
love
connection.
that.
If you just need a friend, it's essentially a global sisterhood. And that's what I always like to call it because it's global.
Yeah.
We're in USA, Canada, Australia, and now
Oh,
Belgium.
nice. Congrats. That's so
Yeah, yeah. And
cool.
so, I mean, the goal is to get the whole world.
Yeah,
Let's
girl.
get one from, each country. So if you're listening, hit me up.
Yes, exactly.
But we do monthly master classes on Zoom. And so it's me getting up there and talking about a topic. For example, last month we did self-confidence versus self-worth because there is a difference.
Ooh, pause. What is it? Because I'd
Yeah,
like to know.
self-confidence, you can have high self-confidence and low self-worth. And you can
Oh,
have high self-worth and low self-confidence. They kind of go hand in hand, but the root is
okay.
self-worth. It's
Oh. I'm like, where am
self-confidence.
I at on the scale? I gotta take a little minute.
Self-confidence is kind of based on accomplishments. When you accomplish something, how do you feel? Confident, right?
Right.
It's based on actions. It's based on validation,
Oh, okay. I
you
think I'm
know?
this one. No,
Self-worth
this is
is more
me.
like knowing you are enough regardless of how
Okay,
people
yeah,
treat
I'm
you,
the other way. Yeah,
regardless.
that's
hmm
me. So I got to work on the yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
all are at different percentages. That's why it's so important to talk about because you're not
Yeah.
perfect. The She is Worthy comes from my scars, not from perfection.
Yeah, I
So
love
we're all
that.
here to progress together.
Yeah, I love this emphasis on it not being a perfect thing
No.
because I am a Virgo and I get very caught up in doing everything the right way
Yeah.
and leaning into the journey of falling on my face of things, like I said earlier, with the shame of saying no, but being able to say no and
hmm
just accepting that that is too a part of the process. And then another thing we were going to talk about today is this being iconic and accepting all the versions of yourself. So
Yeah.
that's also been part of the journey of feeling like I don't have to be this buttoned up perfect version all the
No.
time. Like it's going to be
You're more
messy.
attractive when you're not perfect. Like your imperfections and flaws are what make you beautiful. It's what makes you like attractive to
Yeah.
friendships, to relationships. It reminds me, I'm like an analogy girl. I speak in analogies and they come out of nowhere, as you can tell,
Yeah, I
the
love it.
airplane, the this, the rose. But it reminds me of, like an artist and he has a bowl and it's like he has this beautiful, all these masterpieces and he drops the bowl and he's like, oh my gosh, it's broken. This was like my best piece. So to put the bowl back together, he uses like a gold glue and he puts this beautiful gold shimmer. And now it's this unique, artistic,
Mm.
and it's actually the most beautiful piece in his whole collection. And that parallels to who we are as women. We are not broken. We're actually the most beautiful when we show our imperfections, when we show our
Yeah.
flaws. And so all those gold marks you have in you are the most beautiful.
You're not going to get me to cry, Chantelle. Not today. Not today. I'm like, I am beautiful. You're
You
right.
are. You are
Yeah.
beautiful. And
Because
it's
it's,
not surface level. It's not, the nice dresses we have on today or the makeup we're wearing. It's your heart. That's what's
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. And I think finding people that can see that, especially in this lovely city, no shade, but shade, can be difficult at times figuring out people's intentions and them wanting to get to know the real
Mm-hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm.
those friendships where you can just be raw, ugly, and say the things, and they can still see the beauty in that relationship.
Yeah, those are the friendships that you want to keep for life. The ones where you can It's kind of like you ask yourself when you hang out with someone, when you have left that
Yes.
person, how do I feel?
Yes.
Am I drained? Did my cup just drain or did it
Yes.
fill back up? Because if I feel like, oh man, that was a lot, I need to just like relax now, that person's not for you.
Yeah, and it's also a percentage thing, right?
Yeah.
So like if my friend's going through something, no problem. But if it's like 90-10, where I'm like, girl, like we're gonna
Yeah.
have to change this dynamic a little bit. And in relationships as well,
Yeah.
showing those sides of ourselves, taking the extensions out, taking the lashes off,
Mhm.
all the things. And it's so beautiful when you look at a guy and you're like, wow, he is like, I don't, whatever, girl, I'm down.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
I
And
think
I'm
that's
like,
the most
okay.
beautiful. Yeah, right. You're like, all right, hold on.
He's like, hold on.
I always joke around. I'm like, if we dunked every woman in water, how many men would stick around?
That is a great question.
Let's dunk every woman in water.
Let's dunk them in water.
And let's see how many women come up smiling. Because if you're not happy with yourself, you got to work on that. Like God has created us such unique creatures. Like we're all such individual, unique people, and we need to own that. That's part of being iconic, is owning the uniqueness that we hold.
Yes.
I'm never going to be Drea and you're never going to be Chantelle, and that's our superpower.
That's our superpower.
Yeah.
And I think with social media, it's so easy to get caught up in trying to be like other people
Yeah.
versus accepting your own originality, and you are you for a reason, and why don't you build on that instead of
Yeah.
trying to do the compare and despair. And we all do it to some degree because it's so in our faces.
Yeah.
But coming back to the foundation of you are worthy as you are is the base. And again, I always say this on the show, like I don't say this flippantly. Like this is stuff that I struggle with on a daily basis of looking at my self-worth. Like you said, you're good regardless of anything going on. And I know one woman who embodies that no matter what, and it's my mother. My mother is one
I
of
love
the
that.
most confident women I have ever met in my entire
Oh my
life.
gosh, I got to meet her.
Like she is worthy, honey.
Yeah.
Like, every Sag woman though, not every, but most Sag women I know.
Hey,
just
I'll
like,
take that. I'm a Sag.
yeah. My mom's like, oh, I don't care. I'm cute. I know I'm cute. You're not going to tell. I'm like, okay, mom, relax, you know?
And that's such a beautiful thing
It
when you
is.
can just like walk in a room, walk in a space, and regardless of other people's opinion, emotions towards you, you're just like, I know I got it. If you think that way, that's on you, not on me. I know what I am.
Do you think that's achievable for everyone?
I know that's achievable for everyone. It is absolutely achievable for everyone, but it's up to the person. No one can do it for you. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah.
So I could give you all the tools, but if at the end of the day, you have to know your worthiness. You have to meet yourself where you're at.
Dang it, because there's just like a hamster in my head, Chantelle, and he's just like,
He's picking away.
he's picking away.
And
He's
that's
on the wheel.
that's
He's on
life.
the wheel.
That's life.
Yeah.
You're going to have those moments. And I don't wake up every single day in the mirror and go like, oh, wow, look at me. You know,
Hey, girl.
I have to check myself. I have to check myself. I use my own tools and I'm like, you know what? I am worthy. I say affirmations every
I was
day.
going to say, what are some of the tools that people
Yeah.
are listening right now to feel this and embody this?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is waking up, having affirmations. You know, that's the first thing I do. I have a Post-it that's on my mirror and it says, I am beautiful, I am loved, I am enough, I am magnetic for friendships, I am thriving in my business. All these things that I want, you know,
Yeah.
in life, I tell myself. And so make it specific to you, but of course, like talk to yourself like the woman that you love. Like,
What did it feel like at the beginning when you started that versus where you are now? Because if you're listening, right, and because you better be listening and watching all
yeah,
the
you
things.
better.
Okay. It might feel a little weird at the beginning. Did you experience that?
Yeah, because you're not comfortable. You don't trust your words. You don't trust that you are beautiful. So when you do say it for the first time, you know, one thing that I did, I remember looking at myself in the mirror. I don't know if you've ever looked eye to eye.
Chantelle, I did it the other day.
Yeah.
I just stared at
It is
myself in the mirror.
powerful.
I was like, hey, girl. Hello.
Yeah, it's insane what happens to your heart and your body when you look eye to eye with yourself. And
Eye
I never thought that because I'm like,
to
I look
eye.
at myself in the mirror every day.
No.
No,
An
you like,
intentional look
oh, that's like you're eyeing yourself down.
down.
Yeah.
I didn't blink, and I literally felt little.
Wow,
I was
you
like-
didn't blink?
No,
I
I
gotta
didn't.
learn that. Whoa! I'm like, your eyes, man.
I was like, who is this? I literally felt to some degree that I was meeting myself for the first time. Like I
That
haven't
is
really-
exactly
yeah.
the feeling. When you look yourself directly in the eye, it's almost like everything comes to surface. And honestly, when I first did it and I told myself I am beautiful, tears ran down my face.
I know
Because it was the first time I felt it, but I saw myself not believe it for years. And I felt God saying like, you are worthy, you are beautiful. And that's why I created Cheers Worthy, because we don't have to do life
Yeah.
alone. We can do it together.
It's so crazy that I just had this moment and we're talking about it because I just stood there in the discomfort because it was like a lot of stuff came up.
Yeah.
And if you really take the time to take that moment seriously and pay attention to what's coming up from you, you'll get so many answers there.
Yeah.
Right? Because to me,
Yeah.
I'm spiritual and, I believe in a higher power. And I was like, something's happening here.
Yeah.
And it's really scary and it was overwhelming. And I thought, this is why people stop doing this. I was like, okay, girl, that's enough. I will see you
Yeah,
later.
put more mirrors in your house.
Right? And so now
Yeah.
even when I'm getting ready, because I think about it, you're getting ready and you're doing stuff because I'm always multitasking and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't ever really look at myself.
Yeah.
Like really. And look at those things that are coming up and then go journal about those things.
Yeah, and when you
Yeah.
look at yourself, like something I remember is like I'm a masterpiece. I'm a work of art, and art stands for a real talent.
Oh.
So if you kind of like remember that in your brain and you look at yourself and you start, instead of picking yourself apart, you start looking at yourself and saying, wow, I love my face. I love my lips. I love my ears. Like all the little things that you might have picked apart before.
Yeah.
You start to rewire your brain. And I think that's the biggest thing is mindset transformation.
And that's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, and I think people stop before the miracle of that happens, myself included, where I'll start doing it and then it's like I go to the gym one day and I was like, I haven't lost any weight and I'm never going back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's like I do
yeah.
one day of affirmations and I'm like, okay, God, it's not fixed yet. This is not working.
We all want instant gratification.
Literally. I'm like, God, hello. I know you're busy up there, but do you mind?
Yeah, you're like, can we just get this show on the road?
I'm like, what you doing
I'm ready to step
there?
into my worth now.
Yeah, get the miracles going.
But you have to find joy in the journey. That's the biggest thing is finding joy in the journey. We're always like, and that's something that, I struggle with too. Like we're both like fast-paced people. You can tell like we have goals and we want to hit them yesterday. Yeah. And so we have to realize like, let's take the time. There's power in the pause. Let's have joy in the journey and let's be okay with where we're at today. Let's not look at tomorrow. Let's not look at yesterday, but let's just be happy that, we're here today.
Power of the pause.
Yes.
And it's coming up in certain areas, especially
Yeah.
with dating, girl. Like I know there's times I want to jump and do stuff and be in my masculine, but now I really take that pause to be in my feminine. And it's so nice. And we talked a little bit about this. You've mentioned the feminine and the masculine.
Oh.
So I wanted to jump into how that shows up for you a little bit, because I know for me as a girl boss and all the things, like I will show up super masculine if you let me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
only knew masculine before my relationship now.
Ooh.
Now I am fully in my feminine.
Okay.
Fully.
What does that mean to you, Chantelle?
Well, you can't actually be fully in your feminine unless you have a masculine man, someone who's
Okay.
fully in their masculine. So if you have a man that knows his self-worth, who can stand in his masculine, it automatically puts you in your feminine.
Yeah.
And what that means is it doesn't mean you're not independent. It doesn't mean you're not strong. I'm clearly a strong
Yes.
boss woman.
100%.
But I'm able to still have that little girl inside of me. All the wishes I had in a relationship show up. I'm still able to have him pay for a dinner, have him open the door instead of me, trying to control the finances or trying to control what we're eating or trying to control. Like it's a sense of control that is automatically let go because
hyper
you
independence.
you feel safe. You can trust your partner. Feeling safe is a big one. And that puts you in your feminine just right there. Immediately.
Yeah, I love that feeling. And I've only got to be there a couple times. And I always joke on the show, I need a man that's able to give me like a little look like, hey, you need to calm down. I'm like,
Oh, I love that. I get that.
"Okay, I mean, whatever.
It's the eye contact with no words.
Because sometimes
that
men have that energy where you're like, well, god dang. I mean,
Yeah.
what's going on there?
I
Okay.
want to be put in my place, like
too,
because like
Chantelle.
yeah,
Me too.
like give me the look.
Give me the look. Like, what you doing? I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
man said no. So it's no.
Because we're so used to being the decision makers. We're so used to
Yeah.
being in control. We're so used to being like the powerful part of the relationship. But there's power when he's also in his masculine. He knows his worth. He has his job together. He's got his life together. He has direction. He can make decisions. That is so attractive. When you can have a man that's in their masculine, in their self-worth, making decisions, knowing where tomorrow goes, you can then sit back and be the passenger princess.
And I'm not mad at a passenger princess, because I'm not going to lie. I had a little shame around that, because I think for me, figuring out, and this is important too, like figuring out what works for you.
Yeah.
Right? Because for some relationships, that doesn't work.
Right.
That does not equate to an energy or vibe that some other person wants. And I had to figure out, what does Drea really want? What am I listening to? What am I just saying okay to because that's what that person's doing? And
Back to that journal prompt. Who is he? Like, what do I want for me?
Exactly.
What do
Exactly.
you want for you? You have to align, period.
Yes.
And everyone's alignment is different.
And
that's
everyone's
okay.
And that's okay, right? There's not one way to be in a relationship. So when people are hearing what we're talking about right now, some people might be like, okay, Drea, like that's so antiquated or whatever. But I do want to feel protected when I'm walking with my
For
man, or just like
sure.
he's got it, or, and it's not this thing of like I need to not think, like I'm just like, because
Yeah.
like I can take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no problem with that. But being able to show up in the relationship in a way where I don't have to be like, I've got this is
Right.
nice.
Right. You can
It's really nice.
relax. You
Yes.
it creates room in your brain to actually think about your own goals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been able to accomplish everything that the She Is Worthy, the podcast, all my ventures because I have a supportive man. I was dimming my light before. My light was shade. It was not even there. The light was not even touched. And I had the same goals. I wanted to create a women's community. I had the same goals. I wanted to start a podcast. I wanted to do all these things. But I was with a man that felt insecure of my growth, felt insecure of my light. And it wasn't until I had a man that was clapping for me, standing front row when I'm speaking, cheering me on. I'm wearing the bright outfits and he's like, I love it. I'm like, okay, that's a little loud, but thank you.
But that,
Like,
thank you. I'll take
yeah,
it.
thank you. I'll take it. You're allowing me to be me.
Yeah.
And that's the best part. You need a man that allows you to be yourself. Step into your full feminine without
Exactly.
thinking, oh, is he going to like that? Should I say that? You know?
Yeah, it's that's safety, and that feeling of when you know where you stand with a man and you know
Mm-hmm.
where his intentions are and you know that he's a good person to the best of your ability, right? You are free to do those things. You're not like, oh my God, he didn't text me back. Oh my God, he didn't make plans.
Yeah, the
Oh my
guessing
God.
games I'm not available for.
Right?
Yeah.
But I think we're so, I mean, you're not dating. I am in this dating world as we talked about before the show started. And, you know, it's tough. As you can see, I moved
Yeah.
my hinge to a whole other country. To a whole other country.
Hey, European standards are a lot better.
Girl, these men over in Europe are very direct. Give me your number. I take you on a date. Great.
Yeah, there's no
No
guessing
problem.
games. There's
No.
no, is he going to text me back? He probably already did.
They
Like,
already did.
mm-hmm.
Like, just clear. I like you. That's it. And I'm like, what?
That's exactly
Wait,
how
I'm
it should
sorry?
be. Like, American men, please learn and listen.
Yeah. And it's no shade, but shade. You
Well,
know?
I mean,
It's
if
like-
you don't know what you want, you don't need to be dating.
Th-
You shouldn't even be on Hinge. You shouldn't be on all
Get
these things. Like,
off.
get off.
Literally. And
You
if
should have an
yes.
intentional man. Like, I'm here to date you. I'm looking for marriage. I want to take you to dinner. I'm picking you up at 7. Be ready. Wear this. That's what my man said. And I said, I do.
I do.
I was like, yes, I am available for this. I am fully available.
I am available.
I
for
am
this.
available for this.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna start using that. You
Yeah.
know, they're gonna be. Like, I'm gonna be at the checkout aisle. I'm available for this. Okay, whatever this price is, I'm available.
Hey, you're going to touch that lady. She's going to be like, you know what? I'm available to be at this checkout stand. Yes.
Exactly. What are you available for in your life? That's a good episode, actually.
Yeah.
Because and you know that's a great question because whatever you know you're not changing, you're choosing, and I had to really look
Yes.
at that part of my life, the things that I was complaining about,
Mhm.
including the men that I was attracting. And now I'm at a point where I'm attracting better men, which is a reflection of me and my worth and how I feel
Yep.
about myself. You know, and that was a journey too. But now it's just I still need to have a little bit more discernment because you tend to over-index on the journey.
Yeah. And it's
right?
true what you just said. Like, the love that you have for yourself is what you're going to mirror in what you attract. Yeah.
100%.
And don't chase attract. If you really think about that, it's like literally don't chase attract. Be the light. Attract the man. Have him literally chase you. Don't chase. Like, be what you want in a man. Be that for yourself.
yeah,
Then the
not
same man will
chasing.
align and be like, hey, I want that too.
Yeah, yeah. And so how do you guys handle any sort of like ruptures in your relationship? Like, do you guys have good communication?
Oh my
Like, how does
gosh.
that show up for you? I'm so
I
curious.
have never in my life met a man so emotionally intellectual that can handle a woman like me that just is able to communicate efficiently and effectively. You know, we've really like never had a fight. It's been a year. We've never had a quote unquote fight.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because
Okay.
we've had things that have gone on where I'll say my feelings
Yeah.
and instead of a reaction, which would cause a fight,
Right.
or something out of anger, which would cause a fight. You know, all these things are causes of fight. He just says, well, where is that coming from? When did that start?
Oh.
How did that make you feel? When did you start feeling this? How can I show up better for you? All these things that I'm like, wow, he is fully healed. He is fully healed. He knows how to handle his own emotions.
Clearly.
Yeah. which is like, goes back to like, he doesn't complete me. He's full 100%. I'm full 100%. And we're able to effectively communicate. So like, I get excited now when like, I mean, like the other day, I was more emotional. I wanted to wear a dress to dinner. And this is a true story, and I'll share it because to me, I laugh now and I'm like, wow, this is so funny.
Yeah.
The story I told myself was he doesn't want me to show up pretty. He doesn't want me to wear a dress. Like, this dinner's not important to him, you know? And I share this with him, and he's like, when did you start feeling this? How did it make you feel? Are you sad? Are you angry?
Who is this? Patrick, are you an alien?
Angel.
Is that what's going on?
Angel. I swear, he's got the she is worthy wings.
Oh, I love that.
But no, it's a really good conversation. And that's how we handle things, is he wants to get to the core of why he loves me so much that he wants to know why I feel these things.
Yeah.
And same goes for him. Like when he's having a hard day, I'm like, well, when did that start? What can I do better to show up as a girlfriend to you? Like, what do you need from me in this moment? Do you want advice? Do you want comfort? Do you want me to give you a solution? Or do you want me to just listen? And if you have that kind of communication back and forth, you're able to solve problems before they get escalated, which equals fights.
And were you able to like meet him there? Like, do you think if he would have came at you at a 10, you would have met him at a 10?
I wouldn't have met him at a 10.
You wouldn't have met him at a 10.
No, I wouldn't have met him at a 10. I probably just would have looked at him and been like, I'm not available for this. Beep.
I love that. Everything comes back to
literally my phrase. Like, I don't know if I'm available for this conversation. I'm gonna have to go. Call back when I am.
Right. You call me back when you calm down. It
would also teach me, like, if he did react in an escalated way, or just how someone copes with things early on in the relationship. It tells a lot. So if a man copes differently, I'm gonna look at him and go, noted.
Exactly. Like my therapist says, thank you for the information.
Exactly. Thank you that you just showed this to me. Thank you. I won't need to like let him know, you did this, you did it. It's like, you just showed me. Like, if I correct you, you're doing it because I corrected you. It's not who you really are.
Okay, we're going to play a little game of red flag, green flag. Yes, you are in a relationship. We did not forget Patrick, okay?
Never.
But I love it. Okay. Has cats. Tell us the truth.
Green flag.
Yes, I love it. Has bad style when he shows up on the date, but he's really cute. You're like, ooh, I don't
red
like
flag.
Ooh.
Has bad style? Take care of yourself.
Okay, wants to share locations after 3 months.
Green flag. Patrick actually shared his location after 5 days, so green flag.
Well, I know the answer to the next one. Says I love you after a month.
Patrick and I are different. We dated, or we didn't date for 10 years. We knew each other 10 years. So I'm going to actually go with a red flag on that one. If he says I love you after a month.
Okay.
Depends on, it's case by case. It could be a green flag,
Okay.
It could be, me.
Okay, fine. Does TikTok dances and he's a dancer. He's like a creator.
Immediately a red flag.
Right.
Like, I should be the only one on TikTok dancing.
Really? It's so true. It's so true.
Because who you're trying to attract? I'm already here.
Must keep that in the clip. Okay. His mother still does his laundry.
Do your laundry. Put me in my feminine. Be on your masculine.
I love it. Okay, what's my other one? Locations. Oh, wants your phone password.
Green flag if you're a loyal woman.
Ooh.
That's on you though, girl.
Okay. I love that.
I'm like, that's not on the man. If he wants your password and you're saying no, you're a red flag.
Oh, so green flag to the password.
If you got nothing to hide.
Touche. Yeah.
It's a green flag.
Okay, great. And then
that means he wants marriage. He's about to get a ring.
Password equals ring. Okay, great. That was amazing. Thank you, Chantelle.
Well, you're a green flag.
Thank you. And I will take that. Thank you so much. Oh, wait. Last one. Has children.
Oh, I don't think that's a flag in general. I think that's just a part of you. It's like has hair.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay,
no,
great.
It shouldn't matter. If it does, you're the red flag.
Amazing. What message do you want to leave the ladies with, and men, hopefully they're listening as well, about being worthy, owning who you really are, and being iconic?
I would say heal first before you try to find someone that completes you. Complete yourself first, and know that you were valued at birth, a woman of worth. You've always been worthy. It's just buried underneath all the life's troubles, but you are worthy. You always have been. You always will be.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Great. You've been so great. And we have to bring you back again for sure.
Oh, I'm available for that.
Okay, let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Chantelle Lisette or at She Is Worthy Community. And if you don't want to do life alone, you can join the community and be a part of a global, networking community.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, as always, don't forget this is the place for the hot mess expresses and the black sheeps of love. Until next time, I'm Drea Renee, and this is Hey Babe, Can We Talk? Bye!